Praise the Lord, everyone. I am Bishop Eric Kincaid Clark, and today's Megabyte comes out of the story of Moses, how Moses leads Israel all the way from Egypt, all the way to the brink of the Promised Land. Some did not know that this journey from Egypt to Canaan land was only an 11-day journey. But the journey ended up taking them 2.5 years. It took them 2.5 years to get to the Promised Land. And one of the reasons that it took them so long was because they were not willing to fight some of the enemies that were directly in their path. You know, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. And for Israel to go straight to Canaan land from Egypt, they would have made a shorter trip, but they would have had to fight some enemies. They chose not to fight. Therefore, they went the long way around, and it took them 2.5 years to get there. Listen, you can cut some time in your life if you're willing to fight. I wrote a book entitled Fighting to Get to the Next Level. My book is not entitled Going to the Next Level, but it's fighting to get there. The reason why is because the truth is, if you're going to have success, if you're going to reach to a higher plane, and sometimes even if you're going to shorten the time, you've got to be willing to fight. Fight for what you believe, fight for what you desire, fight for the things that you are trusting God for. Fight to get to the next level. Well, Israel was not willing to fight, and so they took the long way around. When they got to the Promised Land, the Lord sent 12 spies, and they came back 10 with a negative report, 2 with a good report. The negative report says, listen, there are giants in the land and we're not able to take the land. The positive report was, we are well able to possess the land. The same God that worked miracle after miracle for us will also give us the miracle, the grace that we need to defeat our enemies. Well, the people believed the negative report rather than the positive report. In today's Megabyte, I want you to be willing to fight to get to the next level. I want you to be willing to fight to cut off, amen, some wasted time, unnecessary time that you will have to go through to reach your goals. If you're willing to fight, sometimes the fight takes place in prayer. Sometimes you fight through sacrifice. Sometimes you fight through disciplining your flesh. But also, I want you to constantly believe the positive report. Keep your eyes on the prize and don't make a fear-driven decision as Israel did. They were afraid to fight their enemies. Therefore, they were sentenced to 40 years in the wilderness. Listen, the spies went into the Promised Land and they checked out the Promised Land for 40 days and came back and didn't believe God. And for every day they spent spying out the Promised Land, they had to spend a year in the wilderness until God allowed an entire generation to die out. That's right. God kept them in the wilderness for 40 years, and then they died out. The entire generation died out. And the Lord took the sons and the daughters, those that were 20 years and younger, He took them into the Promised Land. Hey, you got to be willing to fight to get to the next level. I'm Bishop Eric Kincaid Clark. I want you to go by my website at ekcministries.org. Download some more rich spiritual content, and if you're so inclined, we want you to sow a seed and partner with us as we continue to do the work of the Lord. I'm Bishop Eric Kincaid Clark, and this has been your Megabyte.